The news. Wonderful, wonderful.
Mike, you're on.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. Hey guys, hello my internet fans. Welcome to this vacation-based episode of Statboy Rants. This is episode 62, and like I told you last week, I am on vacation. I'm actually a hybrid of Statboy. I'm his evil twin. Could you imagine two Statboys? The real Statboy, he's on a cruise ship. He's halfway to Mexico by now, so I may look like Statboy and I may talk like Statboy, but I'm not really Statboy. I'm just his evil twin, wearing a James Morgan shirt. I'm taking over. Ha! Anywho, okay, guys, come on. You know it's me. It's me.
You're broadcasting live from the holodeck of the cruise ship.
There you go, the holodeck of the cruise ship. Anyway, like I said, last week while I was talking about Raw, I said I would look through the paper, hence the Long Beach Press Telegram, and I would talk about stuff that I see. So I went to the opinion page, pages 812 and 813, and, you know, now, for you old folks, if you remember a skit from the Steve Allen show, I love this skit. When I first saw it, I thought this was the greatest thing ever. He would read whatever was printed in the editorials, and Steve Allen would get really mad. Okay, and there was no way you could duplicate it. I mean, it's people's opinions. You know, it's like, let me give you a little example. Okay, hold on. Let me fold this paper back so I can get a good, so you can see me. And of course, this is an example of what Steve Allen would do. Ordinary paper. Okay. This guy is about hoodwinking the taxpayers. You go, the Los Angeles City Council continues to oblige the public employees unions of objections to pension reforms with delay tactics to implement essential pension changes. Yeah! You know, he'd get all mad about that, you know. It seems that the mayor and the council's plan is talk the talk, but no real action. The likely truth is that this is a ploy to prolong until after the November elections. If the tax increases are approved, it will be business as usual for the council members, and they will no longer be anxious or attempt to implement pension reform for their union allies. Yeah! And you know, and then the crowd would just love it. They would just laugh it up, you know. Now I'm going to rant on the LA City Council. You know. So yeah. Let's see, what else is in the paper that's worth ranting? Neil Armstrong, 1930-2012. Nice guy, Neil Armstrong, you know, first man on the moon. And apparently there is controversy about his quote. We all know the quote as, that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. According to an interview that Mr. Neil Armstrong said, he said, that's one small step for a man. But I guess in the transmission, that little bitty word A was not broadcast. Does it really make a deal? No.
And even Neil says that he can't hear it when he hears the playback.
I can't tell, honestly. I can't tell at all. You know?
Did you see the wrestling meme that came out for Neil Armstrong after he passed?
What happened?
The picture of mankind being thrown off the Hell in a Cell.
Oh,
and it said,
no.
one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Oh, too soon, too soon.
Never too soon.
Never too soon.
Ask Jeff Ross.
Jeff Ross, your show is great, man. Follow him at Real Jeffrey Ross. Watch The Burn on Comedy Central. You're getting a free plug from Statboy.
Renegade approved.
Renegade approved. Let's see what else is in the paper here. Don't let payday lending go unchecked. If you guys don't know what payday loans are, they're self-explanatory. Apparently what you do, now I should know because I did this to the point where I was almost like on crack. These payday loans were so addicting. Basically what you do is you go to these places and you write them a check for your next payday, usually up to 2 weeks. And you can only go as high as $255. Okay? So they loan you the money, then you get your paycheck, you deposit your check, and they then cash the check that you have given them, plus interest on the loan. But unfortunately, you got to pay them. You take out another loan, and you just keep going, and you end up paying all these fees until you get addicted, like I did. And you know, at one point, I had 3 of those things out at one time, and I was going around all over these places paying these people back. and I never had any money. Hell, I don't have any money now, but hey, that's a whole other story. So, apparently what they want to do is there's a bill in the assembly that would increase the limit on payday loans to $500. Yeah, that's real smart. Yeah, you wanna have people borrow more money that eventually they can't pay back. Real good on that one. I love the press telegram. College football. Okay, big deal, college football. Apparently, in Casa de 18, we have to follow USC, fight on Trojans, because every time we go anti-USC, our families hear it. Next thing you know, the only college football teams I really care about is USC, Oklahoma University, and Miami U, because those are the ones that get pounded into our head. Do you really think I'm going to follow Penn State? Oh, too soon? Not too soon for Penn State. Penn State.
Haven't soon enough, Penn State.
Penn State will never recover. I have received a couple topics from Twitter. Thank you to my fans. And this one is from his account is @sleeperhole31. He doesn't give
He's getting a couple of plugs this week.
He doesn't give his name, so he says the one and only. @LBStatKid1977 #StatBoyRants. Statboy, what are your views on pot? Should it be legal? Have you ever smoked it? Can you send me some Cali bud? Just kidding.
Damn.
Okay. Marijuana, pot, cannabis, weed, that sticky, icky, call it whatever you want,
Put it in the air.
is a big topic in
Friday.
California. It's Friday. You know, look at Snoop. Look at Willie Nelson. Look at
Which
all
Snoop Dogg or Snoop Lion?
Snoop Dogg. Okay, Calvin Brodus.
Oh, he used his real name.
I used his real name.
Damn, only his mama does that.
Now here's the thing. Okay, in Long Beach, the medicinal marijuana locations have now been banned, and I disagree with that. Now I understand what I know the effects of marijuana. I've never smoked it. I've been around it, but I've never actually smoked it. I got what's called a contact high. Uh-oh. The gears in my girlfriend's head are turning. I know what marijuana does to you. It makes you calm. I know it gives you the munchies and an increased libido. But it's all the people that don't do it that make it sound like it's the worst thing in the world. Okay? If it can be regulated, which it was, you know, this even came up in one of the elections as Schwarzenegger was leaving and Governor Brown was coming in. You know, it's a moneymaker. There is money in marijuana. I mean, I assume that nickel bags and dime bags and joints aren't expensive. But if you go around selling that stuff, you're going to make some money to where, you know, you can put your kids through college. And of course, if the state of California gets its cut like it desperately wants, what's the problem? Really? Now, again, I don't believe in it. I mean, because it is smoking, and even though I've tried smoking cigars and I do not like cigarettes, I understand the positiveness of marijuana. I mean, it's a pain reliever. It cures cataracts. What else does it do?
Cancer.
It cures cancer, or it helps cancer patients. Okay, it eases their suffering.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the cancer is going to kill them before the weed does.
Helps with glaucoma.
Helps with glaucoma. Yeah, I failed that one. So over and all, you know, let the potheads or however you want to politically correct yourselves and be called, let them do it, because in the end, they're not hurting anybody. They might do some crazy stuff,
There's never been reports of a person just on weed getting in a car accident or killing anybody. They have to be on something else too.
Yes, Jeff?
Not
He
true.
argues this every time, but
It's the marijuana plus something
Plus
else
something else.
that causes it. What?
Yes.
What do you know?
I lost 3 friends because of somebody that was on weed when they drove.
but you don't know if they were on just weed.
I do know. The toxicology reports came back. The guy was on weed.
So, like I say, go ahead and do it, regulate it, and if it's for medicinal purposes that can be regulated and help out the state of California, go ahead. All right. Michael Scott at Scotty the Kid. At LB, he writes, at LBStatKid 1977, that's me. Hey, you should rant on the kids who wear their pants too low to where you see underwear. This is also a big topic. Now, for the guys, of course, that's like a fashion thing, especially on basketball courts. That's what I've seen, you know. So,
You know where that trend started, right?
in prison.
Mm-hmm. Give them the story.
Apparently, the men in prison did that to tell the other men they were available.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
That is true.
Yep, that is a true story.
That is how it all got started back in the...
So retarded.
I don't remember what year, but that is how it happened.
So
So
retarded, it's freaking...
it's true, babe.
code, it's brilliant.
It's just the way that it is, you know.
It's also 3 degrees of nasty, but...
It's not like I say. It also depends on the situation. I mean, if you're working a job, you know, and you know your pants hit down a bit, I don't want to see that. If you're around the house with friends, that can be okay. So go brush your teeth.
I need Dad to get the tooth.
Oh, okay, I'll get it for you in a second. Sorry, I thought you already had it. Go ahead.
Stat Boy promotes dental health on this.
That's right.
It's very important to brush your teeth.
That boy approves of
Stat Boy, Dylan brushing his teeth is Stat Boy approved. You know, like I say, on the basketball courts, you know, you see the shorts hanging down, and for the guy. Now, for the girls, on the other hand, if they're of age and they sag a little bit, that can be sexy. If they're underage, girls, pull up your pants, because then you are going for a lot of trouble. 1 from your parents, and 2 from some psycho creepy guy that's going to try and hit on you. Bless you. And if
You
your
don't
name
see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Ow.
and if your name is Cisco, well, you make a song about it and you make millions.
Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Millions
See,
of
I wasn't going to go wrestling, but I did, you
Oh
know.
my god.
Well, let's see. What is there? Anything else on Twitter? Anything? Something? No. There should be, though. But thank you to those 2 for giving me that topic. Those were good topics there. I did touch on... I'll give you a little bit of wrestling. How about that? Julianne Waller at Jules 1931 writes at LBStatKid 1977, I would like you to talk about who is your top 15 alumni that should come back for one more match. Don't know if I can do 15, but I'll throw out a few. Iron Sheik. I would love to see the Iron Sheik come back for another match, because he's Sheiky Baby at the Iron Sheik. His tweets are amazing. I don't know why he hates Mel Gibson so much, though. I don't get that. What to see Iron Sheik come back with one more match? That would be Stat Boy approved. Because I'm a big fan, Shawn Michaels. He's perfectly happy with retirement, but he needs one more match. Stone Cold needs to come back for another match, you know. I'd like to see that happen. We all know Triple H is going to come back, so that one I will not count. He's not alumni, he's too new to come back for that. Oh, let's see, who else can come back for one more match? Ric Flair. Let him come back for another match. It'll be god-awful, but let him come back for one more match. Who else? I wouldn't mind seeing Goldberg come back for another match. Probably against Ryback. How about that? That'd be a good one. We all know Taker's going to come back at WrestleMania, so there's his one more match, so we can't count that. If it could magically happen, and we all know we know it can't, but if they were still alive, Owen, Eddie, and Chris Benoit, but you know, I wouldn't. If they had retired, and then came back for a match, and then you know, but you can't bring back the dead, so it still would have been nice though. Who else is retired in the Hall of Fame? Maybe Bob Backlund. Show the young folk what wrestling was. Sarge, I don't want to see come back. Hacksaw, I don't want to see come back. Sting still wrestles. TNA guys. If Savage were still alive, give him one more. See, now I'm going into the dead people, and that's kind of creepy. So, but yeah, there are plenty of people out there. Put your thoughts in the comment box on that one. If who else? Lex Luger can't because he had a stroke and he just hasn't recovered yet. The Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott, put them in a tag team match. That'd be cool. Marcus Bagwell, just met him recently. Put him in another match if he can go. George Steele, no, because he. Tito Santana, he'd be a good one to come back. Honky Tonk Man, have him come back for another match. Al Snow's busy in TNA, so yeah, put him in a match against Joey Ryan. A real life Twitter war with the 87%. So, there you go. So I'm going to finish up my vacation, come back and all that stuff. And like I said, when I come back the week after, it'll be a double Raw review and predictions for Night of Champions. That'll be episode 63. So this non-wrestling rant did get some wrestling in it. Thank you to the Twitter followers for sending me those topics. Again, send me whatever topic you want, wrestling or non-wrestling, okay? Cool. I'm finishing up my vacation. I will see you all next week. Stat Boy out.